Imagine a village in China, not just fields and cottages, but drones flying over orchards, farmers checking soil data on tablets, and local jams made from mountain berries being shipped to Paris or Tokyo. This is not a fantasy. It's the reality of rural China today. For decades, the word rural was often linked to poverty or backwardness. 40 years ago, the annual per capita income of rural residents in China was less than 400 yuan, that is, less than $60. But in the past decade, something remarkable has happened. Villages are no longer just places where food is grown. They are hubs of innovation where tradition meets technology and local resources become global products. The living standard in rural areas has improved significantly. Today, in star villages like Yucun in Zhejiang province, the annual per capita income of villagers has exceeded 70,000 yuan, which is close to $10,000. Behind this 175-fold increase, industrial upgrading is the key. Today, we'll explore how China's rural areas are rewriting their stories through industrial revitalization. We'll look at a case of an apple-oriented industry and find out how a single apple variety transforms a county's economy and how e-commerce connects remote villages to the world. First, let's look at what industrial revitalization actually means. Industrial revitalization is the cornerstone of rural revitalization. It is far more than just dotting the countryside with factories. It's a holistic and far-reaching concept that smoothly weaves together traditional agriculture with modern industries, services, and cutting-edge technologies. This approach utilizes rural resources such as fertile fields, hard-working hands, rolling hills, and rustling forests to create a diverse industrial ecosystem that feels rooted yet dynamic. Picture this: a village no longer blindly follows others' steps in development, but digs into its unique heritage and turns local flavor into a brand, whether it's a centuries-old pottery craft or a secret family recipe for chili sauce. At the heart of all this is the wisdom of one village, one product, one county, one industry. In Chinese, 一村一品,一县一业. It's about making use of what makes a place special. Maybe one village thrives on organic tea, another on hand-woven bamboo baskets. But it doesn't stop at harvesting or crafting. It's about stretching that chain, drying the tea to brew in tea bags, carving the bamboo into lamps or other products commonly used in home decor and daily life, and adding value at every step. A basket of fruit is no longer just sold by the kilo. It's pressed into juice, jarred as jam, or even turned into fruit-based skincare, letting farmers, artists, and the whole community sip from a richer cup of success. Now let's look at the case of Huaniu apples, which exemplifies industrial revitalization. Huaniu literally translated as flower cow, is not a cow. It used to be just the name of a village in Tianshui, a city in Gansu province, which is located in northwest China. But later it became the brand name for a variety of apples in Tianshui. How did this happen? It is said that the growing of apples in Tianshui city began in 1925, since the region was blessed with a temperate climate, fertile loess soil, and ample sunlight. But the real turning point came in 1956, when Huaniu village was given 10 varieties of apple seedlings, including Red Yuanshui, Golden Delicious, and National Glory. Under the careful guidance of technical experts, every seedling thrived. Yet one stood out, that is the Red Yuanshui, with its stunning color, perfect shape, and unforgettable taste. In 1965, the first batch of Red Yuanshui apples from Huaniu village was sent to Hong Kong, ready for a trial sale that would change everything. In order to track their sales, the technicians took a simple but meaningful step. They marked each box with the word Huaniu in pencil in the upper corner as an identifier. Little did they know that mark would soon become a symbol of excellence. The Huaniu Red Yuanshui apples were sold to British traders, who then resold them to American traders, and with every bite, they left a lasting impression. The debut was a great success. Local newspapers in Hong Kong couldn't stop writing about it. They told the world of a Huaniu kingdom in northwest China, where apples weren't just good, they were the best. They surpassed the top American brand, the Red Delicious, in terms of fruit shape, flesh texture, sugar content, and other indicators. They even outperformed renowned apple varieties from around the world. Nowadays, the Huaniu apple is a prized specialty of Tianshui, cultivated across most of Tianshui's territory, and is a national geographical indication product in China. What's more, it's the first Chinese apple variety to secure an official international trademark, marking its place on the global stage. In recent years, Tianshui's Huaniu apple orchards have embraced modern agricultural technologies. Sensors monitor soil moisture and nutrient levels. Drones assist in pest control, and precision irrigation ensures optimal growth. This blend of time-honored wisdom and cutting-edge technology has elevated Huaniu apples to international acclaim, making them a staple product in global markets. In September 2024, President Xi Jinping paid a visit to an apple production base in Tianshui. Upon arrival, he struck up warm and friendly conversations with local apple growers and agricultural technicians. He showed keen interest in the Huaniu apples they grow, inquiring in detail about their quality traits and unique characteristics. His questions also covered the elaborate planting techniques, from pruning and fertilizing to pest control, as well as the entire process of market sales, including distribution channels and customer feedback. Additionally, he took the time to ask about the daily lives and work routines of local farmers, eager to understand their experiences and challenges in growing apples. Having heard the history and development of Huaniu apples, let's have a look at what is behind the success story of industrial revitalization in Tianshui, revolving around Huaniu apples. First, identification of the local characteristic agricultural product. The success story of industrial revitalization around Huaniu apples is a typical example of making use of local conditions and the local specialty. That is, what we previously mentioned, the strategy of one village, one product, one county, one industry. Tianshui is nestled on the lowest plateau. The plateau's deep soil, ample sunshine, and moderate rainfall provide ideal conditions for cultivation. Today, Tianshui's apple orchards span over 52,600 hectares, yielding 1.93 million metric tons of apples in the year of 2024 alone, showcasing how the region leverages its local characteristic agricultural product to drive growth. Second, modernization of agriculture empowered by science and technology. In Tianshui, the height of fruit trees is generally controlled at 3 to 4 meters, and the number of secondary branches is generally controlled at 10 to 15. The branches are spirally distributed to ensure that each apple receives sufficient sunlight. In addition, Tianshui has also promoted the application of new technologies such as the Internet of Things, big data, intelligent drip irrigation, and artificial intelligence in orchards, and built smart orchards to achieve intelligent and precise orchard management. Data such as soil moisture and nutrient content are displayed in real time on the smart agriculture big screen. This is thanks to the application of the modern agricultural intelligent management system introduced by Tianshui City. Fruit farmers can keep track of even the smallest changes in the orchard with just a click of the mouse and carry out precise fertilization, irrigation, and pest control according to the system prompts, which has greatly improved management efficiency and fruit quality. The apple farmers are also upgrading their knowledge and skills with the development of the industry. Ju Aiguo, a 55-year-old farmer from Tianshui, may have only finished first grade in primary school, but after over 40 years of growing Huaniu apples, he's now a successful grower and a middle-level agricultural technician. Pruning, fertilizing, field management, and pest control, these are the 4 keys to growing good Huaniu apples, he says, reflecting the expertise built from decades of tending orchards. He has learned the apple planting techniques not only through practice, but also from years of training. Now he is always invited to give lectures to local farmers throughout the year. Technology is used not only in smart planting, but also in fruit inspection. At a fruit company in Qing'an County, Huaniu apples of varying sizes roll along production lines into sorting machines that use imaging technology to sift out flaws, categorize apples by weight and sweetness, and ensure only top-quality fruit reaches markets. The machine acts like an apple doctor. It spots defective apples instantly. The automated line handles 30 tons daily, showcasing how modern agricultural processes enhance efficiency. Third, industry integration. The Huaniu apple industry thrives on integrating primary, secondary, and tertiary sectors. The primary sector of farming connects with the secondary sector, such as processing. Companies like Tianshui Great Wall Fruit Juice Group turn 330,000 tons of apples into concentrated juice, exported to countries and regions such as the United States, South Africa, and Japan. In addition, Tianshui has continuously strengthened the work of extending and supplementing the apple industry chain and transformed single juice processing to diversified processing of fruit and vegetable chips, fruit preserves, fruit powder, fruit puree, etc. Up to now, the city has built 18 intensive processing enterprises for fruit juice, apple chips, etc., with an annual processing volume of 200,000 tons and a value of 197 million yuan added by processing. That is almost 27.5 million US dollars. Meanwhile, sales and logistics, which belong to the tertiary sector, are booming. Local cooperatives organize market briefings where buyers share trends such as popular sizes or flavors to guide planting, ensuring crops align with demand. At the same time, relying on the Huaniu apple industry, Tianshui has actively developed new business forms such as rural tourism, leisure picking, and agricultural experience, promoting the integrated development of agriculture, culture, and tourism. By integrating the primary, secondary, and tertiary sectors, Tianshui has cultivated a number of unique new type business entities for apple industrialization and promoted the construction of the whole apple industry chain. Fourth, connecting with the world via e-commerce. In a world where everything is interconnected through the internet, e-commerce can never be out of the picture. Digital reach is expanding through broader trade networks. In September 2024, 7.6 tons of Huaniu apples were exported to the Maldives for the first time, in addition to orders pouring in from other countries. 18 leading Tianshui enterprises now have direct export rights, generating 200 million yuan annually in overseas sales. In the first 3 quarters of 2024, Gansu's apple exports hit 430 million yuan, marking a 22.4% year-on-year increase, further proving the fruit's global appeal. Live streaming also contributes to the increase in sales revenue of Huaniu apples. On October 12, 2024, the Gansu branch of China Post Group Company Limited cooperated with Shanghai Youle Network Technology Company Limited and carried out a live broadcast at Nanshan Huaniu Apple Base in Maiji district of Tianshui City. The host invited Wu Zhengquan, director of Ximing Apple Planting Professional Cooperative, to join her and introduce to the audience the planting history and culture, environment, and product characteristics of Tianshui Huaniu apples on multiple occasions. They patiently answered questions from the audiences, displayed the actual products on site, and also introduced other famous and high-quality agricultural products from Gansu. The live broadcast on that day attracted almost 1.26 billion viewers, with 17,900 online orders and sales, reaching almost 1.41 million yuan. Some apple growers learned to market their apples through live streaming. Last but not least, brand building for the specialty agricultural product. In 2024, the brand value of Tianshui Huaniu apple exceeded 6.27 billion yuan, ranking 10th among the top 100 of the China Regional Agricultural Industry Brand Influence Index, and becoming the only apple-related regional public brand selected in the country. These figures reflect the city's determination to create brands and strengthen market competition. In recent years, Tianshui has encouraged enterprises to follow the 3 categories and 1 standard, which is a quality certification system for Chinese agricultural products. They are China's quality labels for farm products: green, organic, pollution-free, and GI protected. Here, GI stands for geographical indication. Consequently, Tianshui has constructed a multi-level and multi-form brand system for Huaniu apples. It has successively won the Gold Award in the National Fruit Evaluation. The Huaniu apple trademark has been recognized as a well-known trademark in China, a geographical indication certification trademark, and a renowned regional public brand of agricultural products in Gansu. Since 2016, Huaniu apple has been on the China Fruit Brand Value List for 8 consecutive years, and the value has jumped from 2.71 billion yuan to almost 6.28 billion yuan. In this session, I have explained what industrial revitalization is and illustrated, with the case of Huaniu apples, how a local characteristic agricultural product has developed into a chain of industries. We have seen that from production to marketing, from quality improvement to brand building, from base construction to scientific and technological support, Huaniu apple has blazed a high-quality development path. This path has improved the life of the local people immensely and also illuminated the beautiful blueprint for rural revitalization. In his New Year's address for the year 2025, President Xi Jinping praised the big red Huaniu apples in Tianshui. The praise from the president has brought more confidence and resolution to the local people. There is no doubt that in the future, Huaniu apples will be more and more awesome. In Chinese, new, the same character new as in Huaniu.